Welcome to Monday Tsene with Pretoria Psychologists. It's the month of love, February. I hope you have been able to celebrate yesterday whatever kind of love that you have in your life, as we have had Meridian speaking last week about how relationships can actually help us as we strengthen them to help cope with our mental health issues or are able to help us to navigate mental health. So today I would like to talk of the topic when love costs too much. Yes, love as a currency, it can definitely cost too much. What am I talking about? I'm talking about relationships where there's no reciprocity, where another person is going a little bit far too much than the other person, or we are bending backwards for the other person. We are overcompensating, maybe because of a lack of self-esteem, because of something that we are dealing with, and where we are feeling like we want to buy this love that we have with the person. I was speaking actually in one of our shoots the other day that even though I love certain people in my life, but I will resent them if I were to take care of them full time. So there's nothing wrong with being able to have boundaries within your love relationship. So here I am going to be generalizing, whether it be romantic relationship, whether it be friendship, whether it be collegial, whether it's sibling relationships or mother to daughter or father to son or father to daughter, you get the vibe, neighbors included, all the relationships that you have with other people. When we look at this, the first thing is looking at when I said giving too much. When I actually think of when love costs too much, I think of a song by Jennifer Lopez. It says, my love doesn't cost a thing, something, 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 something. But here we are actually talking about that cost of love, the bending or backwards. So we look at it in a context of somebody taking care of another person, where they could actually be at risk of burning out. And yes, it is very important to take care of our loved ones. It's very important to be caregivers, but also we need to take care of the fact that we don't resent the same people that we say we love, that we're taking care of. And that is one of the signs of knowing that love is costing too much, when we start resenting the very person that we say we love, that we say we want to take care of, that we say we want our skills to be endowed on them, and so on. So when we find that our taking care of them is either we are constantly exhausted, we are irritable, we are angry, we don't even help them with a good attitude, that is when love costs too much. Another one, as I already highlighted at the beginning, it's overcompensation. And sometimes I will look at myself as a working mother. I might want to overcompensate in the way I do things with my kids or with my husband, because I might be feeling guilty about the time away. But we need to realize that there is time for work and there is time for family, and that might help us to not have to overcompensate. So when you find yourself maybe having to overcompensate, maybe it's by the time away or by the absence of another parent, or you are overcompensating because of what you did, if it's a romantic relationship, or maybe growing up you had never felt like you are accepted in your family, and you might overcompensate by trying to buy love with whoever, be it your sibling or your parents, by doing things overly and over your limit, over your capabilities, and over what you are able to do. So that can be an example of overcompensating. So I've spoken about the burning out, the overcompensation, and in the burning out I've also spoken about resentment, which is something that can show us that we are the love that we are showing on another person costs us too much. Some of it is toxic cultural values, where it is sort of commonly accepted that you need to begezela, or or you need to, just hold on there, to translate it in simple English. But those are toxic cultural values that make people to stay in toxic relationships that are not good for them, that have actually expired long time ago. Actually, there's a saying that I very much like. It's in Sepedi. I might not quote it verbatim, but it says Mongana ke onthola morwalo. So basically, if somebody wants to live your life, they are actually adding less burden. And most of the time, because of the toxic cultural values to say, we need to reconcile, we need to be together as a family, we need to bond, we need to all work together, you might find that a person, or the person who really does not want to be in your life, you keep on chasing them, be it by phone calls. You are the one who always calls. And by the way, in the introduction to your phone call, it could be like, Lena always phone now, or you are not checking on me. I'm the only one who always initiate communication. I'm the one who initiate visits. If I'm not saying anything, you are not saying anything. That should be a very good red flag that actually this is a person that you don't necessarily mean something to them. Yes, they might mean something to you, but actually it's fine to have a relationship with them at an arm's length. I was actually with a couple of weeks ago where the wife was saying that because of what the sister has always done to them, she is lovingly loving her from an arm's length, which works for her, which is then applying boundaries. I always talk about boundaries in these videos, and even in this, when love costs too much, boundaries can be just as applicable, and they can work for us, where we then check ourselves. Am I doing this because I'm trying to buy friendship? Am I doing this because I want to be accepted? Am I doing this because I'm feeling guilty about what I have not done, the time that I've not spent with the people around me? But if now I'm resenting that time, I'm resenting buying that gift, I'm resenting being the one who's always making the phone call, that should be a check for us to then maybe have those boundaries and say, you know what, next time I'll make sure that I've got a work-life balance, so that I don't overcompensate and buy my kids toys that they don't even need, but then I will give them my time. So with that, I hope you can have just a little bit of scuffing as we are mid-February, the month of love, and that you can also find a healthy love for yourself. Not love according to what society says, as we said, the toxic cultural values that are out there, but the love that works for you, the love that fills you up, the love that nourishes you, whatever it works for you. So I usually ask my clients, I say, for you, does that work or does not work? If it does not work, you toss it. If it works, then you embrace it. So if you extending yourself works, then why not continue with it? With that, we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, and be sure to just post your comments and questions, and we'll engage with you. Thank you.